Welcome back to the show. Today we are talking about something that may not sound exciting at first, but can save your financial life: the emergency fund. It is not as glamorous as stocks, starting a business, or talking about financial freedom. Nobody goes to a party and brags about saving $1,000 in a separate account. But let your car break down on a Monday morning, your fridge quit after you bought groceries, your phone hit the concrete, or your company announced layoffs. That is when the emergency fund becomes the hero. It protects you from new debt, creates breathing room, and helps make sure one bad day does not become 6 bad months. An emergency fund is money set aside specifically for unplanned expenses or financial emergencies. Keep it simple: it is money you do not touch unless life taps you on the shoulder and says, "Surprise, we have a problem." It is not vacation money, shopping money, or "I saw a good deal online" money. It is for things you did not plan for but must handle, like car repairs, medical bills, broken appliances, emergency travel, job loss, home repairs, or replacing a phone you truly need for work. When people think about saving, they often think about building wealth: a house, retirement, investments, a business, or a dream vacation. Those are good goals. But one of the most important reasons to save is simpler: to avoid going backward. Think of your financial life like driving a car. Your income is the engine. Your budget is the steering wheel. Your goals are the destination. Your emergency fund is the shock absorber. You may still hit bumps, but the bumps do not destroy the whole car. Let us make this real. Daniel works full-time, pays his bills, has a retirement account, and is trying to do the right things. But he has no emergency fund. One morning his car makes a sound no car should ever make. The mechanic calls and says the repair is $900. Daniel needs the car for work, so he puts it on a credit card. At first it feels solved. But if he cannot pay it off quickly, interest starts adding up. A one-time emergency becomes monthly debt, cash flow gets tighter, and the next emergency also goes on the card. A credit card is not an emergency fund. A card can be a useful payment tool, and some people use cards responsibly and pay them off in full. But if your emergency plan is, "I will just put it on the card," that is not really a plan. That is borrowing from future you. Future you already has rent, groceries, gas, bills, and probably a few other problems. Emergency savings lets you pay for the problem without inviting interest to the party. Long-term, many educators suggest building toward 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. But for many people, that sounds overwhelming. If basic expenses are $3,000 a month, 3 months is $9,000. 6 months is $18,000. Do not start there emotionally. Start with a starter emergency fund, $500, $1,000, or one paycheck's worth of expenses. $1,000 will not solve everything, but it can stop many everyday problems from becoming debt. Think of it as the first wall of protection, not the whole castle. Your emergency fund should be safe, accessible, and separate. Safe means this is not money for risky investments or hot stocks. Accessible means you can get to it when you need it. Separate means it should not sit in the same account you use for everyday spending. If it is mixed with checking, one grocery trip, one dinner, one online order, or one "I will put it back later" moment can make it disappear. Use a dedicated savings account and name it emergency fund, future peace, do not touch, or whatever keeps you honest. If your budget is already tight, saving $1,000 can feel difficult. But the goal is not to save it overnight. Start with $10, $25, or $50 per paycheck. If you save $25 every 2 weeks, that is $650 in 1 year. Build faster by automating a transfer on payday, redirecting one expense, using extra income like a bonus or tax refund, and sending old debt payments to savings after a debt is paid off. The money is already in your budget, so give it a new job. Use the emergency fund for real emergencies. Ask 3 questions. Is it unexpected? Is it necessary? Is it urgent? If the answer is yes to all 3, it may be an emergency. A car repair needed to get to work, a medical bill, a broken heater in winter, job loss, or emergency travel for a serious family situation may qualify. A sale, vacation upgrade, concert tickets, or a phone with a slightly better camera usually does not. And if you do use the fund, do not feel guilty. That is what it is for. Just rebuild it afterward. An emergency fund is not the same as a sinking fund. Emergency funds are for unexpected expenses. Sinking funds are for expected but irregular expenses, holiday gifts, annual subscriptions, school expenses, vacations, birthdays, routine maintenance, and insurance renewals. These may not happen every month, but you know they are coming. If you use your emergency fund for everything, it will never stay full. Protect it by creating small separate buckets for predictable costs. Numbers do not capture the full value of peace of mind. When you have no savings, every unexpected expense feels threatening. A strange car noise, a medical bill, or rumors of layoffs can make your stomach drop. But even a small emergency fund changes how you feel. You may still be annoyed or frustrated, but you are not helpless. Emergency savings gives you dignity, time to think, and room to make better decisions. That matters because panic is expensive. Your action step this week is simple. Start your starter emergency fund. Pick a goal, $500 or $1,000. If those numbers feel too high, start with $100. Step 1. Open or identify a separate place for emergency savings. Step 2. Decide your starter goal. Step 3. Set up an automatic transfer on payday. Step 4. Choose one expense to reduce and redirect that money. Step 5. Do not touch it unless it is unexpected, necessary, and urgent. Starting matters more than starting perfectly. Today we talked about the emergency fund, your financial shock absorber. It is not the most glamorous part of personal finance, but it is one of the most important foundations you can build. Life will happen. Cars break. Jobs change. Bills surprise us. Health issues and family emergencies come up. The question is not only, can I handle this? The question is, can I handle this without creating new debt? This week, take one step. Open the account, set the goal, transfer the first $25, $50, or $100, and build the cushion. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next episode.